Hello miners, what's going on? Welcome back to Mining Engineer Plays Minecraft. I'm Brock, and this past week you can see I've been pretty busy chopping trees in that there patch. So I've finished off our little livestock paddock and I think she came up pretty schmick. Tell me what you reckon, eh? And you also would have seen that I've thrown some trapdoors on a few of these layers here. Just 3 layers worth for now, and I think it's actually made it worse. It's just lowered our spawn rates because I guess it doesn't prioritize creepers, rather it just eliminates the spawning of everything else. But I'm sure once we get this lit up, then it might eventually be worthwhile to have put the trapdoors there, but I think from now on I'm just going to leave the top layers off. And as you can see, she's pretty whiz-bang in the dark as well. Little lanterns lighted up nicely. And today, as you would have seen in the title, we're going to look at some open pit mining. So that should be pretty good, eh? I've got a little stack of TNT here ready to go for yous. And before we do that though, I'm going to have to jump down to our little underground mine and find some redstone. Because I've only got about 20 dust. I'm even going to make this sprint home in the dark. I also invited in this little coal mine canary. So if he drops on his back, then we'll know there's not enough oxygen in here. Ugh. Okay folks, I just want to give you a little rundown on our pit pushback sequence here. So the first step is always going to be to do our pre-stripping. We want to take that dirt off the top so we can get straight into the stone where we can do predictable blasting. So just for now I'm going to say we pre-strip a large area in advance just to get that out the way. And the next thing we're going to do is come in with our little box cut here, which will have our decline in it, followed by a little bit more of a box cut extension there. And this will give us access to our blasting. So usually you do blasting from the top. You drill down while sitting on top of the bench and then fill in your explosives from the top, run the wires along the top. But because of the way redstone travels in Minecraft, we have to actually access it from the side. So we're modifying from real life methods, having a bit of a deviation here. And so once we've got our little box cut in here, which is just our access section, each of these will represent a 3x3x3 blast zone, which is the reach of 1 TNT block, right? So our first blast, we'll rig up this block and this block with a TNT each, and then boom. And then the next blast will be this, and the next blast will be this. And then we'll do some pre-stripping. A little bit like so. And then we're going to push this back. So we're going to load up this block, these 3 and these 2. Like that, because they're all the ones that we can access from within this previous blast hole. And then at that point, we can then go down here, extend this, do our next lot of blasting, and then we go into the box cut here. And then before we blast this, we want to ensure that this wall isn't too steep, so we're going to take that wall back again, and then we follow back from the start, take those out, and then we keep expanding it like that. So at this point, then we would pre-strip this, which allows us to take that. So you can see that with each pushback, we can plant more in TNT at the same time. So now that we have that, we blast out our 4 corners and then go into the next box cut. And then we just repeat this all the way down to diamond level. And at that point, then we won't have to worry about more box cuts. We can just keep pushing this one wall back, or maybe 2 walls back, right? And expand it in 1 or 2 directions like that. For safety concerns, it's important that we never have the walls more than 45 degrees over a 3 block distance. So from this point, we would then pre-strip all around the outside here, and then we'd take back this huge carpeted area. We could do all of this with a single detonation. And because these walls are being taken out, we could also do that. Right, and you can see how it just infinitely expands like that. Alright, cool, let's jump back into the world. You might have noticed our little foundation here, and that's just something I've done up in preparation for our enchanting room. I'm just going to ditch stuff that I brought for that. Cool. And we're also a lot less hungry now that we're not a vegetarian anymore. Okay, so you can see this is a lot messier than the little explanation I did for you, but it's just because the way I pre-stripped it, and I kind of got it prepped, and I was not entirely sure how I wanted to approach it when I was setting this up, so bear with me. And you might be wondering why I'm only loading 1 block of TNT per hole instead of going 2 deep like I have been in the underground mining. And that's just because I want to really get 100% block recovery from this method. So this first pushback obviously is going to be really easy. Let's just run this back here to a safe point, make up a button. Just do a check over once again. Yep, all looks good. You notice I've added some confinement on the top just to ensure that we don't get too much fly rock. There was real rock physics in this game. Then that confinement might have caused the material to be casted this way, which just means thrown this way. And that's because it takes the path of least resistance, and this is adding resistance on the top. Whereas it's got an open face here to throw it this way. And that might help you if you want to get stuff away from the wall and in a layout that's easier for whatever machinery you're using to excavate it. So I'm hoping these all go off at exact the same time. That looked really good. And you can see it did leave a couple blocks here, which is, I was hoping it wouldn't. So I'm hoping that's just because of the cobblestone on top. Because I really don't want to have to do maintenance in between every blast if I can avoid it. But let's set up another little blast. So this time let's step it down, and I know we would usually try and keep to a more gradual haul road angle, which is just the road that we're going to use to haul our materials out. But because it's Minecraft, I really just want to try and keep it simple here, so I'm just going to make these 45 degrees again. So kind of step it down. I think that'll be fine. So can we take this block? Well, you haven't really pre-stripped here properly. I just TNT'd some of the dirt off the top here. And this is what we got from that. So it gives us a huge amount of dirt. I'm just trying to figure out how we can clean this up to make it all proper. And I'm thinking what we want to do is blast this. Confine it. Which means we want to pre-strip that first. So let's just go up here. Oh, of course it's full of water. Don't tell the enviros. Now I just do this the cheeky way. Throw a bit of tea in. Do one of these and run. Too easy. And actually while we're at it, we're going to want to do a couple of these as well. Bit of clean up. Yeah, I think that'll be okay for now. So we can get back to this. So we want to run that, and since we're doing that, we may as well also do this next layer. I'm gonna extend this out by pickaxe just so we can get back on track with our mine plan. Notice I'm not holding any ignition source, so there's no way it can accidentally detonate. I don't want any lost time injuries here. And I'm also going to do this next batch on the side wall. Or we might consider this to be our high wall, whereas that's the side wall. Okay, so I think what we want to do here is actually for now, I'm just going to do something like this, which allows us to split our signal. So all those blocks are getting a 1 tick delay through here, and then all these will get a 1 tick delay. And then we run this out. That's probably going to need another repeater. And that should be fine. So let's hit the det. Nighttime blast. Oh, I tell you what, that's a pretty clean blast. Very little overhang. Loving that. So it looks like we didn't get a whole lot of material. 2 stacks. What do we do about 7 TNT? Should have been giving us 27 each. Oh. Free blasting. Yeah, it should be giving us full recovery though, so get out of the blast zone. Okay, we've got 7 TNT left, so we can still do some stuff. And now that we've done that, we can reopen our haul road. And down here, let's disconnect that for now, for safety. And one of these trickier bits will be trying to run our wiring the different bench levels. I'm still not entirely sure how we're going to do that. Just do that so we can see. Yeah, okay, so let's get our next level going here so we can see how it all comes together. So we do that. We might just fill this in so that we can redo it and get a feel for the plan. I don't know what's going on. But we can blast that. Let's take this back a bit. See, we've actually got a unsafe high wall here. Bit of that, bit of that. What I'm going to do here, run that there. So that I can throw in a repeater. Just to make sure it gets all the way. Then let's hit the det. Out of the blast exclusion zone. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Where is he? There he is. Pro tip, don't do blasting at night. Oh my lord. They coming from miles around. Exciting stuff, I know. Okay, so now if we look at which zones we can safely blast, we can do a block here and a block here without breaching our high wall procedures. So let's do that. And this will be our final blast before we go. Cool. Everyone clear. Easy. Suppose we do have a few stacks of stone in there. That might be okay. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roughly 8 stacks, and it's half a stack per one. So 16 TNT. And I've done 20. It might be okay. I'll assume it is. Oh, we also got 10 coal, so yeah, I think we're probably getting full recovery. I suppose on those top layer blasts, we're also not doing full cubes either. Like, there's a lot of chunks missing already. But yeah, I think this is coming along really nicely. And in fact, I'm just going to pop this one out right now. Oh, that was a funny sound. Who's chasing us? Yeah, there we go. Now it's looking a lot cleaner. And it should be much easier when we come in here next time. Ignore the floating wall there. I think we might have some... Are they illagers out here? I don't have a bow, so I'm a little bit scared. Oh yeah. Look at him. Really don't want to mess with him at the moment. Got iron armor, nothing good. But yeah, I'll fix this up off camera, and next time you see this, it should be looking a lot tidier and a lot closer to our plan. It needs a major safety overhaul, as you can see here. Let's have a little geese down here, shall we? Help our spawn rates a little bit by lighting this up. Lock that so we can get out. We got really lucky with the caves around here. Some really huge ones. Okay everyone, thanks for watching. I know it's probably a little bit of a short episode this time, and I hope the intro to open pit mining, in the case of metals and our general method, I hope the intro to open pit mining was not too boring. And next time we're going to jump into this little enchanting building, which is also going to be a bit of a butcher's shop, if you will. And so we're going to ideally get this little building up, play around with the design a little bit, and then maybe even get a fortune pick and jump down and steal some of those diamonds that I've left exposed in the underground mine. So that'd be nice. Maybe we get some diamond kit and be closer to fighting the Ender Dragon here. Okay, thanks everyone. Cheers. Bye-bye. Also, place your bets. How long do you think these sheep will stay on the bed for? I think they've been there since episode 2 now. Maybe we should name them. Immortalize them.